The Congresswoman's statements, her remarks drawing strong reactions both online and with people we talk with, some calling them extremely misguided, others spot on. It was no accident, says Detroit Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib. She's weighing in on the killing of 20-year-old Daunte Wright in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, which sparked protests and civil unrest. Tlaib took to Twitter Monday, condemning the shooting, calling for the end of policing, incarceration, and militarization.
You might as well rip it out to the studs and rebuild it, and rebuild it, because what's going on in terms of policing today is not working, particularly for black men and women and children in the United States.
Kenneth Reed, who heads up the Detroit Coalition Against Police Brutality, is applauding Tlaib's remarks.
At the end of the day, with all these killings and shootings, the taxpayers, the people are paying for this stuff.
In the now viral tweet, Tlaib described American policing as inherently and intentionally racist.
She's opinionated, I get it, but never once in 31 years did I ever say, hey, let's go out and lock up a Hispanic guy or lock up a black guy. Never once. Never once. She makes it sound like all cops are bad. That's like saying all politicians are bad.
We caught up with retired Detroit Assistant Police Chief Steve Doland.
It's easy to talk the talk. It's another to walk the walk. And based on those comments, if she were a police officer, the chances are she would lead the city in complaints.
The Brooklyn Center police chief, who resigned Tuesday, says the 26-year veteran officer who shot and killed Wright intended to tase him, but mistakenly grabbed her service weapon and shot him instead. She also resigned.
But I guess the thing that comes to my mind with my years of experience and having dealt with a lot of officer-involved shootings, how do you confuse the deployment of a taser to a handgun?
That was Detroit Police Chief James Craig in an interview with Fox Business. He says that support for law enforcement is dwindling right now, and that has a direct impact in many cities on both recruiting and retaining officers. Yul, Monica?
Randy, what are other police chiefs around the area saying about those remarks, about Tlaib's remarks?
Well, no one is agreeing with that tweet from Congresswoman Tlaib. I spoke with one police chief, Will Riley from Inkster. He says he disagrees with the remarks that the Congresswoman made, and that the majority of officers are in it for the right reasons. They go above and beyond to serve the public, but it's the actions of a few that makes things difficult for all of them.
All right, Randy, thanks for that live report.